What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we are headed to look at a 2006, I think it is, BMW 330i. Couple quick specs, 157,000 clicks on it, 6-speed manual, rear-wheel drive, bada bing, bada boom. We went to check out a Honda Accord this morning. I know I'm looking for a drift car, so what am I doing looking at a Honda Accord? Well, let me tell you, it was a 6-speed manual. It was a V6, or so we thought. And then we went to look at it, and it turns out it was the K24 in there. It was the 4-cylinder, and he didn't even know. He's been driving it for 10 years thinking it's a V6 with really good fuel economy. Even the Honda's V6s do get really good fuel economy. But anyway, we're on the way to check out the Beamer. We'll let you know how it goes.
These ones might be
6-speed. Can't get her started though. Okay, so the car is very rough and beat up, more so than I thought. It was rear-ended, Casey said, and I'm thinking it was pushed into another car up front, so it's got front and rear damage. If I got it for the right price, I think that'd be a perfect car. It's a 330 like I wanted. I wanted the 3-liter, and I think it's like 255 horsepower. But we couldn't get it started is the main thing. So Sarah put her key fob battery in the BMW key fob. We still couldn't start it. I'm thinking it's not the right fob. Although the physical key works to lock and unlock the door, I think it's not the right fob, or the fob's busted. He was replacing fuses in the dash and everything and couldn't get it started. So I told him when he gets it started, give me a call and we'll go from there. So if you're an avid Jay Wheelie watcher, you know that recently I got this pocket bike. What you don't know, however, is that this thing is rattling bolts loose everywhere. So I first noticed the kickstand. The bolt was coming loose on there and wanting to fall off on me. And then I noticed, the front axle. When I was riding around with Sarah, the front axle wants to fall off too. So we gotta tighten that, like it's literally gonna fall off right away. Kickstand, front axle, and the steering, it's got a bunch of play in here too. So I guess, like obviously this thing is custom, so whoever made it didn't have all the R&D and testing that everything else goes through, so all these bolts are coming loose. But it's a sweet little ripper, so I can't really complain. But what I'm gonna do is go ahead and tighten these bolts, and then we'll check back in. All right, so we got those bolts tightened up. Now our second order of business is to take this duct tape off here and see what this air filter looks like, because air filter should normally be like a cone or something. This one is a box with duct tape and plastic. Wow. Okay. That is a tiny little carb hole. Holy moly. So I just ripped this cover off. And there's your air filter. It was all bunched up, so I stuck it on right. So now it's flat, and this cover is basically so dust and dirt doesn't get rammed straight into the carb. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a hole in the middle of this with that like spade Christmas tree bit. And then I'm gonna do 4 holes in the corner as well so that I can zip tie it on, because if you look on the back here, there's a hole there. There's a hole up here, there's a hole there, because the only thing holding it on right now is duct tape, and that duct tape around the edges of it on here is actually closing the gap where air can go in, and this thing sounds like it's choking at higher RPM, so maybe it's not getting enough air, so I'm gonna try and free it up here a little bit. I'll check back in. Okay, I'll give you guys a little peek at what we're working with now. So I cut that hole in the front of that air box cover, so now it gets some air from the front. And now in from the side here, you can see some light. And then what I did is I secured it with zip ties instead of duct tape. So now you can see it's got these zip ties holding it on. So now it still gets airflow through the side, because this is probably some kind of, who knows, like chainsaw engine or something like that. I don't know. Some little 50cc. And yeah, I just want to say it's cool to fabricate things. I'm no master fabricator by any means, but it's fun to play around with things and just experiment and try something, see if it works. So my experiment this time is just seeing if adding more airflow here is gonna make the bike any faster because it feels like it dies out. It feels like it gets to like 22, 25 kilometers an hour or so pretty quick. And then it just kind of dies out. And it doesn't seem like the engine is topped out. It seems like it's lacking either air or fuel. So I think we're gonna jump on here and test it out quick. Probably fill it up with gas and then I'll let you guys know. Well, it's got 4 pounds of air in there. Let's put it back up where it should be. Sure, 25. Okay, so we're having bogging troubles. I just took the plug out. Look at how cute and mini it is. It's so tiny. I'm just gonna sand it up and see if we can stop these bogging issues. I thought maybe it was super caked on with black carbon deposits and stuff, but we'll see. That helped. So what I'm having issues with is it'll start, but you give it more than half throttle, it bogs. I see something shaking in here and I don't know what that is. Part of the exhaust? Something has shaken loose in here. Oh, it's the whole exhaust assembly. Oh my God, I rattled bolts loose out of there. Oh my. Okay, well there's your issue, big guy, right there. Let's get some bolts in there. Okay, so here's the deal. 2 of these bolts I can see backed out there, so we gotta take this plastic covering off. So it looks like we gotta take one of these Phillips off by the starter. This explains why I'm leaking so much oil and gunk down here, is because the exhaust isn't even connected. Oh, that one came off too, hey? Like it's off. Okay, well I stripped 2 of the bolts on the exhaust, trying to get them in down here, so I'm kind of pissed off now. At least the bike runs now at idles, but it's not wanting to go full throttle still, so we'll just go for a rip and see how it does. Come on. Yeah, no power right now. Nothing. And it's super quiet too. I think I might have blocked part of the exhaust. I think a gasket slipped. Yeah, no power right now. All right, well, you know what, guys? Too bad I didn't get this thing going. I wanted it to today. But we're heading to the mountains now, so I gotta put this thing away. We'll fix it when I get back. I'll update you guys in a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hello again. It's me.
It's you. Your hair looks so dashing today.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you. All right, well, we are on the way to Jasbar now. Sun's going down, mood's setting in, having a grand old time. Chatting amongst ourselves in the car. Julia's peeing somewhere out there. And the next video is gonna be a good skiing video, so stay tuned for that. And we'll see you next time.
Popcorn.
Oh, it's so clean. It's right-hand drive too.
Oh, it's the Harry Potter reference on her. It's Avada Kedavra.